Welcome to GasEd. Today we will be discussing how to build a scalable AI automation roadmap for your business. You know, the AI landscape right now feels like a relentless barrage of new applications, doesn't it? Every single one claims to be the next massive disruption. It's so easy to feel completely stuck or just overwhelmed by the sheer volume of platforms hitting the market every few months. But if we want to scale effectively, we have to move beyond all that noise.
To really cut through the software hype, we're going to deploy a 6-phase executive blueprint for 2026. We'll cover the system-first mindset, AI foundations, quick wins, advanced architecture, agentic workflows, and outcome integration. This entire explainer is about establishing systems that work predictably, so you can filter out what actually matters from what you can completely ignore.
All right, let's dive right into phase 1, the system-first mindset. Look, the era of building bespoke workflows from scratch is commoditized. Today, your true competitive advantage lies entirely in your system architecture.
There is a very distinct contrast in operational behavior here. Think back to previous years. Most operators fell right into the trap of what we call tool chasing. Discovering a new technology and just diving down a massive rabbit hole to learn every single feature. We have to permanently shift our mindset away from blindly chasing isolated applications. Instead, we're engineering resilient, high-leverage data flows. We need to be laser-focused on inputs, outputs, bottlenecks, constraints, and exactly how data moves through your organization.
Leveraging the Pareto principle is absolutely crucial here. Focus strictly on the 20% of tools that drive 80% of your business results. Applying this rule completely neutralizes the anxiety of feeling like you need to master every single new platform that pops up. You don't need to understand every hidden crevice of a software program. You only need to master the exact functions that directly advance your business goals.
Moving on to phase 2, master the AI foundations. Before we even think about constructing complex pipelines, we have to solidify the evergreen skills, the ones that remain completely immune to rapid technological shifts. These right here are your bedrock skills. Mastering prompt engineering, context engineering, understanding how AI memory works, and adhering strictly to safety protocols provides the necessary framework. Once you have this core fundamental series of understandings locked in, you have the context you need to objectively evaluate any new tool that enters the market later on.
And the great news? We can utilize current tools to build those foundations even faster. Think about knowledge synthesis platforms like Notebook LM, which can instantly process vast amounts of technical information. You feed these platforms extensive documents, complex research, or raw data streams, and they effectively give you an immediate learning advantage over your competition. It's like having a superpowered research assistant on call 24/7.
Next up is phase 3, secure your quick wins. The biggest trap for ambitious business owners is attempting to architect a massive, sprawling ecosystem on day one. Let's not do that. Instead, direct your focus towards securing an immediate operational victory.
Keep it incredibly simple. Just connect a straightforward chatbot interface to an AI agent and have it automate a standard email output. That's it. Building just one simple, highly functional, automated sequence establishes critical internal confidence. It delivers that magic moment where the abstract promise of AI suddenly transforms into immediate, tangible utility for your organization.
To actually achieve these quick wins, it's smart to start with highly visual platforms like Make.com. Because they're visual, they let you clearly grasp the logic and see exactly how data pulses between different applications. Then, once that conceptual understanding is totally locked in, you can seamlessly transition your operations over to more robust, highly configurable architectures, like NN, for true enterprise scaling.
Which brings us to phase 4, scale to advanced architecture. Once you're comfortable with basic data connections and have those early wins under your belt, it's time to deploy advanced protocols to build bespoke ecosystems.
This is where the landscape is currently experiencing a massive leap forward. Utilizing modern AI studios allows operators to engage in something called vibe coding. Essentially, this means constructing gorgeous, fully functional administrative dashboards simply by typing out plain text instructions. What used to require an entire development team, several months, and substantial capital, well, that can now be spun up in an afternoon just by communicating clearly with the model.
So the modern 2026 stack leverages some seriously powerful, interoperable components. Imagine integrating distinct platforms, like connecting a beautiful interface built in Lovable to an NN pipeline. By using the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, you effectively eliminate all those traditional constraints associated with clunky software plumbing. Combine that with modern database structuring like Supabase, and you are essentially building custom, enterprise-grade software without needing a traditional engineering department.
And right here is how we solve the most common enterprise complaint regarding AI, those confident hallucinations. Implementing a Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, framework fixes the standard failure rate by providing a persistent, perfectly accurate corporate memory structure. You are no longer just relying on the AI's base training, you are explicitly feeding it your exact operational truth.
Let's move to Phase 5, deploy agentic AI workflows. The true pinnacle of technical deployment involves moving way beyond linear automation and stepping into terminal-based environments.
This is the exact moment where AI transforms from being just a helpful assistant into a proactive workforce. By operating directly within your local file systems, multiple AI agents can simultaneously execute complex tasks, write code, and manage data, all without constant manual supervision. You are essentially managing a digital team working continuously right inside your secure project folders.
Finally, Phase 6, execute outcome-driven integration. Because despite all these advanced technical capabilities, we absolutely must confront the single most costly error executives make in the digital landscape today. We need to stop letting the technological tail wag the operational dog. You must never adopt a piece of software simply to find a use case for it. Your defined business outcome must strictly dictate the technology you utilize, and never the other way around. Think about the process like this. First, identify your primary operational bottleneck. Second, define the precise, measurable result required to clear that bottleneck. Only then, as the absolute final step, should you select the appropriate application to execute the fix. This executive approach demands rigorous discipline in defining the problem before you even glance at the software market. You wouldn't pave a winding road blindly just hoping you might eventually stumble upon a profitable city, right? Of course not. You select the exact destination first, and then you build the specific, highly efficient bridge required to arrive there.
View this immense software ecosystem purely objectively. Think like a master plumber walking onto a job site carrying a massive toolkit. They don't use every single tool in the box just because they own it. They analyze the leak and extract only the exact wrench or gauge required for that immediate repair. We need to treat AI platforms with that exact same utilitarian detachment.
Which brings us right back to the most valuable long-term asset you can possibly build: context engineering. Investing heavily in context engineering ensures your intelligence systems act as an integrated chief of staff rather than just a generic query tool. When your AI deeply understands your business operations, your specific bottlenecks, and your unique data, it elevates from being a fun novelty to being your primary engine for scale. So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to apply to your own operations immediately. What core business bottleneck will you engineer an automated solution for today? Start with the problem, architect the system, and build your competitive advantage. That is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.